Would you like to learn about a sleeping gem, hidden altcoin that has just made some massive partnerships and is on some really big exchanges like Crypto.com, Kucoin, Bybit, and many more? And they are also building an entire Web3 ecosystem that most people are unaware of. And a big shout out to the Velo team for sponsoring this video and this AMA. So if you're ready to learn about this hidden gem, we're ready to teach, and let's get started. Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Joe. So make sure to smash up the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified every single day when I come out with a new video. They are very time sensitive and you're not going to want to miss out. Also, please know that everything that I say is not financial advice, and these videos are for educational and inspirational purposes only. In full disclosure, we do own some of the cryptocurrencies that I will be speaking about in today's video. And if this video gets 5,000 likes within the first 24 hours, we will do a very special giveaway for our YouTube community. So let's smash up that like button and let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to this really exciting video. You know, I don't do a whole lot of AMAs, but this project has really been doing some exciting things, and I wanted to bring the team directly to each and every one of you. Now, in this session, we're going to talk about a brand new project, and this project is rapidly changing the financial landscape with cross-border payments, and they have posed some very, very interesting things. First and foremost, though, welcome to the channel and welcome to this video. We got Pat here from Velo. Pat, if you can, just introduce yourself a little bit and then kind of get into, your project here. I'm really excited to even learn more with you in real time. So please welcome and, tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. So hi, everybody. My name is Pat. I serve as COO at Velo. Prior to coming to Velo and working in Web3, I was in venture capital. Sort of always been interested in tech and the new frontier of what technology can do. Been with Velo for a while. We've been working on very exciting things. We're focusing on, the financial sector, financial services sector, combining building what we call a Web3 plus. Essentially what that means is we're trying to build an ecosystem of products that bridges between traditional finance and Web3. So a Web3 product that also works well in the traditional system, works well with regulation. We like to say we're taking an approach of a compliance friendly approach to when we build our products, essentially.
That's amazing, man. I mean, look, this huge shift is coming between Web 2 and Web 3, but I'm sure most people who are watching the video right now today, they're probably curious, well, what is this exactly? So if you can tell me more about what is Velo Protocol, and for the average person who's just, barely getting into crypto, just hearing about this for the first time, how can this be something that, maybe they're using or something that they're excited about? But yeah, if you can tell us more about Velo Protocol and what it is, that'd be great.
Yeah, so, originally when we started the project, we're focusing on cross-border payments, building the next generation using blockchain technology. Sort of as we get along and building this, we expanded our focus, expanding our platform to build more of an encompassing ecosystem. So, there's a bunch of different products that we're launching or have launched in the past, that will look in terms of, trading, exchanges, building a settlement on Web3, payments, and also sort of other products as well. Essentially working with partners to offer also on off-ramp products, as well as, original versus cross-border payments. Yeah, so very, very exciting things. And we've been really lucky to have strong supports from our partners, some of really well-known traditional players in the Asian region. Some of them are players like Stellar Development, CP Group, Do Capital, UniPresident, Hashkey, Yobi Ventures, along with other sort of Web3 projects, some that we've announced recently through our Telegram and Twitter, but also some that are waiting to be announced in the coming weeks or months.
Amazing, man. Look, it says right here on your website that you're connecting businesses and individuals with a global proof of funds to supercharge the velocity of money through seamless financial services powered by the Web3 ecosystem. So it sounds like you got multiple things going on here, but at the core, it looks like you're making it easier for people to just move resources around. Is there anything in specific that you'd like people to know about how to do that? And is this like a PayPal thing? Is it like a Venmo thing? Is it even better than that? Is it specific to crypto? If you can be maybe more specific on that end, that'd be great.
Yeah, so just to sort of explain more in terms of our product suite in our ecosystem, we have Quantum, which is sort of a credit exchange system on blockchain that allows for trusted partners to trade. And then these, exchange rate are used by other money transfer operators in different countries as a basis of rates and settlements to offer cross-border payments. That's sort of one side. And then we also have Universe, which is our decentralized exchange, order book style format. So sort of what we see is that an opportunity for people to get sort of the trading experience you would get from a centralized exchange, but instead of giving away the custody of your funds, using a Web3 wallet like a MetaMask in order to connect and trade on our platform. And then off of this, we also build, we noticed that, when we talk about Web3, it seems very difficult for the mass population to use. So for example, right, you're going to trade on Web3, open a MetaMask wallet, let's say on the Ethereum chain, you would need to somehow be able to convert fiat currency into Ethereum, and then transfer that Ethereum, usually from a centralized exchange, to a Web3 wallet, and then use that Web3 wallet to connect to different apps. So sort of seeing that opportunity, seeing sort of that sticky point of an issue, we also built what we call a Nova chain, which is an EVM compatible blockchain. Nova chain is purposely made to have not a gas-free chain, but a gas token that has no value. So essentially is when people create a wallet, we airdrop this fee to their wallets so they can utilize this Web3 wallet straight away to connect to, let's say, a Universe to connect to trade, but also to other DApps on our Nova chain as well. Sort of a simple gateway, sort of a 1-2 click to create a Web3 wallet versus a maybe 5 to 10 steps to create a typical Web3 wallet. And then once people can trade, bring their products into the Web3 world, we also have a product called Orbit, which is a QR-based blockchain payments. The reason why we use this QR code as sort of a payment system is because of the popularity of QR codes in Southeast Asia or in the Asian region. So this is sort of a geographic area where we focus on in terms of mass adoption. So that's why it's sort of like an all-encompassing ecosystem where we partner with licensed partners to allow people to convert on-off ramp from crypto into fiat. Also provide a exchange system for people to come trade. Also for partners, licensed partners or others to use it as a settlement platform. And also a payment wallet, a Web3 payment wallet that also compatible with current financial system infrastructure within the region. So it's sort of like we're envisioning a sort of a end-to-end service experience for users.
Amazing. I mean, look, it's very clear here now on the website, just looking at this, and it's really cool that you guys have so many different aspects, but as somebody who's new to learning about all of this, it's a lot to kind of digest. So you can see here, they got the Quantum, which is a one-stop lightning speed remittance network. Then you have the Universe, which is a multi-chain super DEX. Then they have their Nova chain, which is an affordable universal blockchain network. Then they have Orbit, which is a crypto super app. And then they have Warp, which is a multi-chain cross-chain bridge. So this is an entire ecosystem for sure, because if you don't know what a DEX is where you can trade. The blockchain network, right, is, if you're trying to make these trades on Ethereum, like you mentioned, it can cost you now in a bull run hundreds of dollars to make a single swap. That's obnoxious. So the fact that you guys are solving that issue, you have your own blockchain as well, and you're going to have a super app and a cross-chain bridge. It sounds to me like you're really on the ball with all the needs from an end user and really making this easy for people. You're right. You're taking people from Web 2 to Web 3 here, and it is more complicated, at least, if you're new to all of this. So I just wanted to say thank you for, even providing something like this. But, now let's talk about the Velo token. Let's talk more about the utilities. Let's talk about the investment part of this and, the circulating supply, when it was launched, the utility, everything's right here in the current price. You know, if there's any more that you can share about the Velo token that people should know about, that'd be great.
Yeah, so Velo token is a multi-chain token. So originally made on Stellar, but also on BSC chain as well, and then looking to expand to other chains. Originally, it was used as sort of like a bridge, a backup asset when we mint our federated credit tokens. Now, sort of we've expanded usage. So what we see from past experience and for other projects such as Luna, obviously when you use purely tokens to back the price, there's a lot of fluctuation, a lot of uncertainty. So what we do is instead of using only our token to back the value, we're also finding other real world assets to back our value, and then using Velo token as sort of a bridge assets when we mint a new sort of our own stable tokens within our ecosystem. But beyond just being this bridge assets, right, we're also looking to use it to create a natural demand. So as our users within our ecosystem grows, there's a natural demand for our Velo token. So essentially, similar to other in other ecosystem, Velo token holders will enjoy more benefits, so cheaper fees, more benefits in terms of trading or usage in terms of payments. So it would incentivize people to hold more Velo tokens. And as more users come into our ecosystem, there'll be a more demand for our Velo tokens. So that would essentially drive demand for Velo tokens. And then as our holders diverse, more people hold Velo tokens, we'll also look to turn more of the key decisions within our ecosystem for people of token holders to vote as well. So moving towards a more decentralized decision making.
Amazing. I mean, look, I'm right here, and it says Velo token top holders. I mean, you got Binance, you got Crypto.com, you've got Phoenix, you have Poloniex, you have a lot going on here. Bybit, and before we get into the next segment here, the progress has been really, really, just looking at the volume, 24-hour trading volume. You have the different things here between the Nova chain and the Velo Finance, the treasury ratio, minting, the number of wallet addresses. The 1 month volume is out of control. It looks like to me over 124 million in 1 month is pretty crazy. Looking into this even more, the next question I have for you is, recently you've made some updates to your white paper. And, in the beginning of the video, we talked about the being a new coin and a new project. Well, there's some new stuff here as well as some old, and I really wanted to dive deeper into, your white paper maybe a little bit for those who are looking for that new shiny thing, because, a lot of people are looking for those hot new things in crypto, and it looks like you just made some pretty amazing updates not too long ago. So if you can share some of those with us, I greatly appreciate it.
The original white paper only looks in terms of cross-border payments as an application within our ecosystem, and the new white paper expands on that ecosystem to contain all the products I've mentioned earlier. So in terms of cross-border payments, it's just one part of what we do now. We're envisioning an entire ecosystem of different services, financial services that might address people's needs within the Web3 world. So that's trading, not just crypto, but also in terms of currency trading, commodities trading, so for example, gold, spot trading, but also futures trading as well. So that's why why we call it universe, which is an encompassing different types of asset trading. And then once you trade, you also want to do payments as well, and then send money across and then convert it seamlessly between fiat and cryptocurrency. So the white paper updates on the different products that are coming, but also the new usage, as mentioned, for the Velo token within the ecosystem as well.
Amazing, man. Look, Web3 is a hot topic, and there are so many of these new Web3 projects now. And, what do you think your advantage is over a lot of the competition? Because today there's like 10 or 20,000 new altcoins. Things have been going crazy in the markets, and, it's very competitive. Truthfully, even as somebody who is an influencer out there with, continuing to build, every single day I got to bring it. I got to bring the best. I got to do the best and offer, some of the best content out there. And a big, shout out to everyone following, and smash the like button and hit the subscribe button if you are new here. But, I wanted to ask you, where is that differentiating factor that could really, kind of surprise people in the bull run to where they're like, hey, Velo, Nice. I've heard about this, and they've really got some really unique things going on.
I think when you look in terms of liquidity, how people ask, how do you grow the Web3 ecosystem? You got to agree that a lot of liquidity is still within the traditional financial system, or what we call it Web2, right? So the growth of Web3 comes from how can you bring in more people into the Web3 ecosystem, and that has always been in the past few years like a difficult thing, because whenever you touch anything with fiat currency, there's a lot of regulatory issues you have to go over. So in the past year or so, we've been building sort of this network of partnerships and different what we call a soft infrastructure that addresses this issue. We call it Web3 system because we're trying to build a solution that not only works between Web3, but also works with Web2 as well. And these are, I believe, the differentiation, because to find partners or even as different companies with licenses are hard to obtain and also takes time. So the fact that in the background of what our development is, we're building these network of partners that hold key licenses that allow us to integrate and operate and make it easier for people to convert in and out between Web2 and Web3, I think is the main differentiation that would be hard to replicate, or not as easy, or as in a short amount of time. Beyond that, right, we have a very strong geographic focus, which is in Asia. That's where a lot of our partners network are, and we built a specific product that integrates with our partners and also specific to the needs of the people within this region as well.
Well, can you expand? Because I know there's some huge news in 2024 here of some partnerships, and I'll let you kind of share even more about those.
Yeah, so I see it last year. In the past year or so, we've been focusing on building the product, building the partnership, building this network, and then I really see this year as a really year that we push for mass adoption of our products. Our products are rolling into the market. They're seeing traction. We're building more marketing, more partnerships to expand the usage and bring more people in the ecosystem. So one partnership that we announced early in the year is with a partner in Laos called PTL Holding. So it sounds very obscure. A lot of people might say like, Laos is not a big economy or some prominent country, but there's a lot of opportunities that are there. For example, right, we're talking about cross-border payments. Our initial assessment, our initial research shows that there's about, let's say, 700,000 migrant workers in Thailand that sends money over to Laos. And then a rough estimate of that amount, daily could be between $20 to $30 million. That's daily volume. And then typically nowadays, what they do is very informal way where they send it to an agent, they transfer it to an agent calls somebody on the other side to bring money to the recipient. And then for this type of service, which is unreliable, but also expensive, it can cost up to 6% or more in terms of just one transaction. So it's a large opportunity. You times the 6% to the daily volume times, weekly, monthly, yearly. That's a huge opportunity that we can offer a better solution that is cheaper. We could see a lot of adoption. And then for this partnership in Laos, right, it works well. We see a lot of adoption. We can replicate this to other countries within the region, right, in Cambodia or in Myanmar and Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines. And this represents a huge opportunity for us to address an area where it is being underserved by the traditional market. So it's very exciting for us. And that's just sort of one partnerships. We also just announced another partnerships for our Orbit payment apps, which would allow the Orbit to be able to use with over 100,000 merchants. This partnership with a leading point of sales partner.
So I know the users are going to ask it about the token and the price of the token, as well as some metrics right now, because I see here that the market cap is sitting at 40 million and the fully diluted valuation is at 131 million. But the chart was all the way sky high back in 2021 and has since come back down to earth. Have we had, any sort of changes in the tokenomics? The volume looks fantastic and millions of dollars a day, but of course the chart is something that people are going to look for and look at, is there anything to be said about this, and maybe some updates here as well?
Don't want to comment specifically on token prices, but we've come a long way. So this project has been originated for a while, but we made a big in terms of the core team that's been changed, in terms of new direction that's been charted. So we've changed with the new white paper. We changed the way our tokenomics works in terms of the incentivization and the utility of Velo tokens within the ecosystem. So this obviously, I believe, will tie in closely in terms of the value of the token, the demand of the token, to the growth and adoption of our products. As mentioned, so the more people uses our product, the more natural demand there would be for Velo tokens. So, you can see sort of the correlation between where we are in terms of traction and mass adoption and the demand they may have for the Velo token. So for any people interested in our ecosystem, holding the Velo token could provide potential value that ties into the growth of the ecosystem.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, look, it's changing the tokenomics and basically just almost revamping here again in 2023 and 2024. But you guys have some really huge exchanges here. You got Kucoin, Gate.io, you got MEXC, Bybit, Crypto.com, which I am an ambassador with as well. This has been a project that's been in the works for quite a while. So I just wanted to say thank you again for sharing all of this. And we have a couple more questions here, but to wrap up the video, looking back in 2023 and the last couple of years here, what are some of the major milestones that you guys have achieved? I'm looking at this and going, wow, this is a hidden gem that even I kind of haven't fully understood and had on my radar. So if there are any milestones or other future things here to kind of round out and wrap up the video, that'd be great.
Yeah, so maybe just two parts. So our token is available on many exchanges, so that increases the availability and the access to our tokens for a multitude of users. So for if you're on one exchange or the other, Velo is listed in a bunch of different exchanges. On the other side, the milestone that we have really is in terms of the partnerships that we're recently announcing or will be announcing this year, as well as product launch that, these product takes years to develop. So now that we've come to 2024, we're ready to go to the market with these products. So the milestone is building it, and then the future milestone is actually launching and gaining traction. So we're really excited for 2024.
Amazing, man. Look, I'm really excited to see how this project continues to develop, because you have some really, really amazing core things here for Web3 that I think people, as time goes on, is going to be more familiar with. And I think that you guys are really on the cutting edge of a lot of this stuff. So I'm excited to see how all of this develops. You have a really good, solid foundation between the different partnerships that you have, as well as being on those exchanges, making it easier for people to interact with everything that's going on. I think is fantastic. Again, the volume and as well as the market cap and all these other things here are pointing in the right direction of a crypto coin that really is truly flown under my own radar, as well as many others. So I greatly appreciate you, Pat, being here on the channel and really doing a little deep dive here with the people. If you're interested to find out more about Velo, just click the links down below in the description. We will have all of the official links for you to learn even more about the project, as well as if you have any additional questions, you can join their social medias and ask away. So I thank you for being here on the channel. I thank you for sharing the project, and this is one that I will continue to keep doing my own research on. So thank you again for being here today. Is there any last minute things that you'd like to say to the people here on the channel to wrap things up?
Yes. So thank you very much for the opportunity to come on this channel to sort of explain more and introduce our project. We're really excited, and obviously follow us on our social media, Twitter and Telegram, for more announcements, exciting things to come in 2024.